There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Blue Devils will get us started with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ready to fire from the pistol. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Golden Bears in a good spot here with second and short. Using the quick game. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Golden Bears have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Finds his man open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
And the offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Handoff from the gun. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. A low line drive and not his best work. And they'll down this ball just a little shy of the 50. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Makes the grab.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Turning it on. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Runs through the tackle. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And the defense, got him at the 27.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that lead grows even bigger. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
When you're on offense, you see so much of this nowadays. You see misdirection. You see somebody flying across the formation. Why? To get the eyeballs of those linebackers, to get them to move out of a gap, one space. Works to perfection here. That's why they break off the big gain on offense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Now improvising. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. On target over the middle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Golden Bears are in the red zone. Give to the running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's got him. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. It is good! And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Rocket. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
On those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Finds his big tight end. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
On fourth down, going to the air. Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give from the gun. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Blue Devils will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Touchdown, Cal! Stealing a score on special teams. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. It's caught. At the 45 on its way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Rushes on him. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Duke.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a two-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going right to work up top. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fakes to grab. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Finds the big tight end. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Inside the 10, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
27-7.
He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense heads back out onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Handoff to the single running back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Here's the heat. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And as an offense, man, the last place you want to be is 3rd and long. And I think he's just got to put a little bit more mustard on that football. It comes up short, got to step into it, throw that maybe a little bit harder with this offense now in a difficult 3rd and long situation.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
He's going to take off. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He's got great speed. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Whoa, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
And you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Looking to the big tight end. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
And the Golden Bears come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got the tight end. Offense has gained momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Golden Bears are moving quickly down the field. They're testing the right side here. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for the...
It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. They'll leave it with him. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. This has been utter domination through three quarters, and the stats will back that up. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the lone running back. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second.
Breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly
many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And he's going to bring this one out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, Dick. And down he goes back.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back on this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocking, a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It's complete to the right. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. Third in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that third down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's reeled in, it's Lockett. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Off the play fake. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage. And
a shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a fourth down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that fourth down.
So now it's second and long. Just keeps slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Tight coverage there. Did not stop him from making the grab. It's first and goal from the 8.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down.
Touchdown, Duke! And here they come, almost all the way back.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Texas A&M found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in College Station. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Got a man. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Getting late, pressure building, huge third down coming up on the road for this offense. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that is big time late in the game that you can trust your quarterback to still throw the football because you know it's only a few more first downs, and this one's over. Nice to have a guy like that you can trust.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give, and tick, 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 tick. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
There he goes. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. And the Golden Bears center the final minute trying to drain the clock. The give to the back. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cal! They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Timeout called by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cooks. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on 1st down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think